Hi, everybody, and welcome to this great webinar that we're doing here. I just had John put up a quick poll, and I'd appreciate if he had selected either yes or no, and we'll leave it up for about another 20 seconds to half a minute for you to do. So just click in the yes or no, and that'll give us a little bit of an idea on what is happening. Anyway, again, I'm going to say to you, this is so exciting to me. At 74 years old, I'm doing webinars. I mean, I would have never in my entire life have ever imagined that. But what I want you to do is to always try to keep a pad and pen handy, because you're going to have a lot of notes that are going to come up with a lot of good things that are really going to be well worthwhile for you. But I also want you to hold off the questions that you might have till the end, and we'll be glad to answer all the questions that you have. And some of you haven't heard about LinkedIn and how to do this, so this is going to be really great for you and what have you as we go along. So what I'm going to show you here is a strategy on how to turn 62% of the people that are in your LinkedIn groups into prospects for your business. And we're going to really excel on this here. But before, a lot of you have asked me a little bit about myself. You can see where I created over 6 million clients, and I kind of feel I don't like to talk about myself. Let me put it that way. So most of you, when you get the link to listen to this whole webinar in your leisure, you can pause it here and then you can read about me as you go along. But why LinkedIn is a gold mine for prospecting? All right, let me give you 4 reasons why people use LinkedIn. And these are very important things that I'm going to be showing you on why LinkedIn to me is the best prospecting tool that I've ever come across in my life. But number one, it maintains professional identity. You make useful contacts with the individuals in your groups. You can search for opportunities and you stay in touch. 4 out of 5 LinkedIn members are responsible for driving the business decisions and making the business decision. So 4 out of 5 members on LinkedIn are the ones that are capable of making business decisions on whether to purchase your product or not. 39% of the members are senior level executives and above. So those of you who are working on key man insurance or group insurance or the insurance, 39% of the people that you're going to talk to are senior level executives and above. Now, 28% of the members are responsible for managing their budgets. They're the ones that make that decision on managing their budget. But LinkedIn members are active, influential professionals in a business frame of mind. They use LinkedIn to learn about new products and services. They use LinkedIn to keep up with industry trends, research companies, network with peers, and conduct business. That's important, and conduct business. LinkedIn reaches a unique audience. 83% of LinkedIn users do not use Pinterest. 59% of LinkedIn users do not visit Google+. 58% of LinkedIn users do not visit Twitter. So 58% of these people never got a tweet from Donald Trump. 13% of LinkedIn users do not visit Facebook. Now that's an important statistic there. 13% of the people on LinkedIn do not utilize Facebook. But LinkedIn is a powerful network with over 400 million professionals who are also consumers. It's probably over 500 million at this point. But there is a buying power index. Recent studies show LinkedIn members have the highest buying power compared to other social networks. just look at this index. LinkedIn compared to even Facebook. But communicating in LinkedIn, you got to understand your connections and the effect on your ability to communicate on LinkedIn with them. All right, you've got 3 different degrees on LinkedIn. The first degree are people that you're directly connected to because you've accepted their invitation to connect, or they have accepted your invitation. And you can contact them all the time by sending a message on LinkedIn. The second and third degree ones are the ones that we're going to talk about, that we want to try to get them to become our first degree level. Because when they become on the first degree level, you're now going to be able to get their personal email and phone numbers. So if you go to any of your groups and you click on the number of members and you just click on the first names, you'll see that they're in your first degree. Or you could go into the advanced button and just click on first degree people and you'll get them there. And then you could always take their email and phone number off there. But your second degree people are people who you are connected to on your first degree who are connected to your first degree connections. Now, you can send them invitations by clicking on connect or contact them through an email. To me, that's kind of difficult. I'd rather send the messages when they become my first degree member. Now, the third degree people, all right, are connected to your second degree connections. If their first name and last names are displayed, you can then send them an invitation by clicking on connect. If only the first letter of their last name is displayed, clicking connect is not an option, but you can still contact them through an email. And don't forget, the more people that communicate and accept your first degree connection request, all these people in the second and third degree are moving down into the third degrees are moving down into your second degree, etc. All right, key strategies to help convert LinkedIn connections into prospects. This is very good here, but you want to optimize your LinkedIn profile. The key areas you want to concentrate on are the headline that's in your thing, which is what's going to capture an individual's attention when they click on your name. You want to do the summary, contact info, experience and job description. On contact info, always put your personal email and phone number there. And you want to, the second thing you want to do is to build your first level connections. You want to join as many LinkedIn groups as you possibly can of where your prospect is located. I have talked to many of you and insurance agents and financial planners, etc. And I have found, to my dismay, that most of the groups you belong to are professional organizations that relate to the insurance or financial industry. You want to have groups where your prospect is in. And I'll be going over showing you some stuff in a few minutes here. And then, of course, you want to create your own LinkedIn group, which is going to be a future seminar, webinar that I'm going to do to make that happen for you. But you want to keep a profile alive and engaging, all right? So how do you join LinkedIn groups? What you do is you click on the down arrow right up here next to the search bar, all right? And you want to click on groups. Then what you do, all right, is to type in the type of a group you want. In this situation, it's small business owners. It could be, you want to, like if landscapers are your target audience, you type in landscapers. If teachers are your target audience, you type in teachers. If nurses are, you type in nurses. If photographers are, you type in photographers. For every occupation, there's a LinkedIn group. Plus, you also want to get local groups that are within your state. So you want to start first with typing in your city, all right, and state, and then just type in the state. and you want to join those groups at that time. Now, LinkedIn is having a little bit of difficulties because you used to be able to either view a group or click on join, and if you clicked on join, then he automatically made you a member. For some odd reason, the join buttons aren't working currently. So what I suggest is you click on the group name. All right? So what you do after typing in the target group, in this situation, small business owners, you click on the blue icon of the magnifying glass on the far right. Now this lists the different groups that are small business owners. Those of you who are in the women's market, just type in women in the target group and join those groups. But in this situation, you just simply click on the group that you want to join. In this situation, we're already in small business owner, but we're not in the mastermind group for small businesses. So we click on that group, and this is what shows up. And then we click on the far right-hand side, Ask to Join. All right? Again, as we go along, if you have any questions or anything, I'm only an email away. And I'm going to be giving you my email as we go along. So you ask to join, and it'll show pending status until approved. Now, how to choose a LinkedIn group. Groups should have people who will be your prospects or clients, or power partners like third-party influencers who would refer clients to you. How do you determine ideal groups to join in? Well, you should choose groups that have 15 or plus new members every day. You want groups that have at least 10,000 members. You want groups that are marked active, which is important, or very active. You want groups that are have a lot of activity and engagement within their posts. All right? This is very important because you're going to be doing posts and all too. But how do you connect with members in your group? Well, you're going to do that by sending a connection request in LinkedIn. All right? Now, what you want to do is create a list of common first names. Now, those of you who don't want to reinvent the wheel, just send me an email to kenpbg@aol.com, and I'll be glad to send you my list of common first names. Now remember, I don't have all the names that are possible. So what you're going to do is, when you get my list, if you have to enable editing, click on the Enable Editing button, and that'll allow you now to add other names to my list. And those of you who live in the predominantly Spanish states, areas like California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, you want to add those names that I don't have on this list. Again, you don't want to reinvent the wheel, so send me an email to kenpbg@aol.com. All right, so how do you send the connection request? Again, what you're going to do is you're going to click on Interest, which is right up here, and then click on Groups. All right? Then on the top left-hand side, see where it says My Groups? You click on My Groups. Now, we're going to choose a group to send the message, the connection messages to. All right? Now, for those of you who do Keyman Insurance, by the way, this group here, CXO, CEO, COO, I mean, this group is made up primarily of top-level management people. Anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the target group, which is the CXO one that we have here. That's going to bring you to this screen now. And what you do is, you see on the top left-hand side, it says keywords. You could type the name, first name in there, or you could type it in the first name box. Either one will work. So we're going to do John now, and then you click on Group Members, which is in the middle of the page right there. Or you could just click on the second connection box and third connection box. This way you'll only get the second and third connection people. And then you go over to the right and you click in the CXO box for the group that you're working on. Then you click on the search box on the bottom left. Everybody see that? The search box is on the bottom left. Now this is what comes up. It comes up with all the Johns that are in your group. In this particular situation, I don't know how many are on here, but I can imagine it'll be quite extensive. So now what you do is, where it shows message, those are the people on your first level. If you only clicked on the second connection box and the third connection box, you're not going to get those. You'd start with John Follis. So what you do is you just click on John Follis, all right? And you're going to click on their name. If you click on their name, it'll ask you to click on the connect button. Now, some individuals don't want to receive messages, so they're going to require you to put in John's email, which you don't have. So what you're going to do is you want to go back to the search results and select another person that was your second connection. In this situation, it was John Moloff. So you click on the next second level person, which is John Moloff, and you're going to click on the connect button again, and now you get a different screen. Now you get this screen. So now you click on the friend box, and understand, you know, people are constantly, LinkedIn is constantly changing different things. So individuals that are in my coaching program, I keep an updated situation on whenever anything changes and how to change it. But I have this here message in there as a fellow member of our, put the name of the group in, I'd like to accept my request to connect. Then you put your first and last name, and then you could send the invitation. In my connection message, I also add a sentence that says, if you look at my profile, you'll see that I could be a heck of an asset for you. So you might want to add that on, or type in something that you feel yourself very, very comfortable with. Okay, how do you send a connection request on LinkedIn? You could also click on, all right, the connection message that I just showed you and what have you. But once the person has accepted your connection request, you're going to receive a notification from LinkedIn. So every day, all I want you to do, by the way, is to send out the connection request, and every day you're going to get an email from LinkedIn that's going to say, see John's connections, see Mary's connections, see Harriet's connections. If more than one person sends you the connection message and accepts your message for that day, it's going to say, see John and others, connection and others. So you'll be able to get a list of 2 to 3 to 4, how many accepted your connection request that day. Once the person has accepted your connection request and you get that notification, you're going to click on View Profile. Now, you want to go to your email and look for what I just went over, see Mark's connections. All right? And this is what's going to happen. So now you're going to click on the contact info, and this is the whole reason for this strategy, is to get their personal email and phone number. So underneath the 500 or whatever number of members that they have, all right, in this situation, Mark had 387 connections. You see his email and phone number there. I blocked it off because it was irrelevant here. So in your personal CRM prospecting software, you want to put Mark's name, email, and phone number in. That's important. Now, I want you to take a moment and write this accepted message down. And remember, at the end of the webinar, within about a week or so, you're going to get a link where you can watch the webinar in your leisure, and you can always pause when you get to this type page, and you can write it down. So I'll leave it on for about 5 more seconds, but it simply says, "Hi, Mark." All right, what you're going to do is you're going to put this, my suggestion is to go and create a Ken Varga folder on your desktop, and in a Word document, call it connection message, and just put in there, "Thank you for accepting me into your network on LinkedIn. We're here to help each other with ideas and referrals. Please tell me a little about yourself and who your ideal referral would be, so that when I see someone like that, I can refer them to you. My personal email is," and here you just type in your email. And then you want to type your name on the bottom and phone number on the bottom. So I'll leave that up for a few. But again, if you want my copy of this, all right, just send me an email to kenpbg@aol.com, and I'll be glad to send it off to you. So I'll leave it up for another few seconds. Boy, when you count to 5, it sure seems like a long time. Anyway, I'm going to go to the next slide here. So then you want to click on Send Message, and always put, there's 2 different, LinkedIn sometimes on old accounts, they have, when you click on the send a message, it could give you a subject line. So with a subject line, you always want to put from your name. If not, and you're just going to send a message, it'll just be, "Hi, Mark," and send the message. So you see where it says from subject? And some accounts now, the newer accounts that are coming up, don't have that. So you want to copy, whenever you get that message from LinkedIn about your connection, see Mark's connections and others, you want to copy the thank you message, and then right-click and paste it in there. All right? But again, if you need the copy of the accept the message, just send me an email at kenpbg@aol.com. All right. 1 out of 10 individuals, by the way, will respond back to you. Some individuals, by the way, depending on the group that they belong to, which could be very responsive, some are getting 12 to 25% response rate. No, so now you want to thank them for telling you who their ideal referral would be. So 1 of 2 things are going to happen. Either they're going to respond back to you and tell you who their ideal referral is, or what they're going to do is to not respond back to you. Those that don't respond back to you, you want to send them an email, a follow-up email telling them you sent them off the message on LinkedIn, asking them who their ideal referral is. You haven't heard back from them yet, and you do want to help them with referrals, so please let me know who your ideal referral is. A lot of individuals, when they send that second follow-up message, they're getting between 80 and 85% of the people responding back. All right? Anyway, when they respond back to you, you don't want to try to sell them immediately, because you don't want to be disappointed. And guess what? I just pressed the wrong button on here. So I'm going to go back to the where I was at. There we are. Okay, how to market. So anyway, you want to go to ehow.com, and these are different pieces of content and informative stuff that you could copy and paste as long as you leave the include the writer's information. So you want to copy about 10 or 5 or 6 of these onto a Word document so that you can always follow up with a message. And all you do is you simply say, you know, I came across the following article. I found it to have valuable information, and I thought it would help you. Please let me know what you think of it. And then you wait for them to respond back. If they don't respond back, send them a follow-up message. Say, John, I sent you the article, and I haven't heard back from you. I needed to know what you thought of it. So let me know what you thought of it. All right? But you always want to follow up every 4 weeks if they haven't responded. All right? Here's a response follow-up message. And again, let me know, and I'll be glad to send you the follow-up message. I'll leave it on for a few minutes, but a follow-up message basically is, 2 weeks ago I sent you an email via LinkedIn thanking you for accepting me into your network. And I asked you who your ideal referral would be so I can refer someone to you. I haven't heard back from you, so please let me know who your ideal referral would be, and I will refer them to you. Have a great day, your name and phone number. But you always want to follow up every 4 weeks, every 4 weeks. It always astounds me how individuals, what happens is they give up on prospects too soon. All right? In the first module of my coaching program, I give you an actual example of 100 individuals that I wanted as my client. And what I did was I showed you the statistics that resulted when I sent out the first message, how many responded, the third message, fourth message, fifth message. Even after 12 communications, 85 out of 100 finally responded back to me. So each month, send them the follow-up messages. Don't give up on your prospects too early, because you know how difficult it is to get a prospect. And remember, people, it's all about building relationships. After these people respond back to you, you keep building that relationship. Relationships develop into trust, and trust develops into sales. With this connection, by the way, I get a 62% response rate. Unbelievable. And everybody is on LinkedIn for one reason and one reason only: to get referrals. Isn't this why you're all on LinkedIn? Or you should be, to get referrals. And it's building that system. With our messages that I've given you so far, we have just opened the door for them to bond with us. And that's critical, because it builds that relationship. But here's some important tips. You send to your second and third level connections only. You do 10 or more of this every day. You can send a maximum of 50 requests within each group, within each 24-hour period. I would do no more than 40. My virtual assistant, Marie, does 40 requests for me. Oh, by the way, here I go with you want to contemplate hiring a virtual assistant to do all this for you, you know, because you're better off in being in front of people and making money. But what I'm showing you here takes you less than 1 minute a day to do. All right, to send 10 connection requests. To send 50 out, it'll probably take about an hour or so. A VA spending an hour a day, all right, to send out 125 messages a week. All right? And what are the benefits of using LinkedIn? It's an inexpensive way of building your pipeline and building your community. More prospective clients. You get more prospective clients by joining groups and sending new connections. It's a systematic way of doing lead generation, and it increases in referrals from your new connections. According to my subscribers in my coaching program, they're getting up to 62% response rate on the connection messages. For example, if you or the virtual assistant send out 100 messages per month, you will get up to 62 prospects to present your product or service to. Now, I just want to go over it very quickly because some of you are wondering, I mentioned the coaching program. Here's a little bit about the coaching program. Every month, you're going to get a new module with a new strategy to implement that month. And by the way, I give you homework to do also. Every month we have a live conference call. And you also get access, you get a link to the conference call so that you can listen to it in your leisure. The coaching program is flooding your practice with customers. And it's just $20 a month. All right? And I'll show you additional ways of creating 10 to 25 new prospects per month. After you sign up, I will set up a phone call with you personally, and I'll show you another method of getting 10 to 25 new prospects per month. Now I'm going to put a guarantee in here for you. After you sign up, and I hope all of you that are on a conference call now, webinar, are going to sign up, but I'll guarantee you that after you receive the first module, if you feel it's not worth $20, just let me know, and I'll return the $20 to you. All of you probably tip more in restaurants than $20. So it should be time that you invested in your business and practice. So what you need to do is to sign up, write this down, www.buildyourpracticefast.com. You're going to find so many things that are going to happen to you after you sign up, wonderful things. Number one, you're never going to fear about having prospects to talk to. Each month, as you implement the strategies in each module, you're just going to see your book of business increase consistently. I mean, I think that's just wonderful, you know? And as you go through each monthly module in the program, you're going to notice how easy it is to create new customers. This coaching program is designed to do that for you. All right, so it's www.buildyourpracticefast.com.